Alright, well, I haven't bled. That camera doesn't look right. Hang on. No, it's not too bad. Alright, yeah, that door's noisy. It's a bit windy today. Just a bit windy. Still got it wired up. It pumps. I've connected all the hydraulic lines. From my knowledge that I have in my head, the bleeders are on top of these. I guess they're a bit like an upside down ram. So I'll turn the pump on first and see if there's any movement, and then if there is, I'll undo the bleeders and bleed all the air out of the system. And I guess I keep filling that up. Maybe I should do that first. Let's pump a little bit first. Pop, pop, pop. Red the builder. Can he go? That's 2 litres gone. I don't see any leaks. Let me check the other side. No oil pissing out everywhere. And it's probably compressing the air inside these. Oh, movement. Alright, I'm going to put some more oil in, which is totally boring for you guys, so I'm going to stop the film clip. But we have movement. And of course that one's not moving yet because that line is full of air. So this one was bound to move first. So, woo, there she goes. Pretty cool stuff. I love it. So here's that bleeder I was talking about. I'm on a ladder, so I can't really undo it while I'm filming, but I'm going to take that out. I guess the people that install these have a fitting that goes in there and it just overflows into that overflow tank, but I don't. So I'll probably ask someone to help while I hold rags around and tell them to turn it on and off. I was just going to make a bloody mess and then clean up afterwards. Whatever it may be. Anyway. Yeah. All going good so far. Well, that one there bled pretty quick. Not much air. This one, I went to undo this bolt and the whole thing spins. Now I don't think it's supposed to do that. Looks like maybe in the past someone tried to hold it, maybe with a wrench, pipe wrench. Ah, damn it. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. Here, I'll show you actually. I don't think that should be happening, so I'm going to lift up the base and have a look. Well, I lifted it up a bit and you can see when I spin it, it's just spinning in the on top of the piston. So I'm guessing on the other side the piston must have been a bit tighter. So and it allowed me, because the screw on top, the bleeder was fairly loose, so I'm just going to have to hold it while I bleed it. Alright, problem solved. Nothing serious, thank goodness. Carry on. Okay, they're a fair way up, but I just realized because these rams work from the bottom and upside down, the bottom of, or the top of the ram goes up, and that's got to hit the roof. Solution: a couple of chimneys above the rams. Put a couple of chimneys above it. It can be made, it can be modified. Put some chimneys above the rams. Problem solved. You know, but even here, with the arms, chassis height, it's not bad, but she can go a bit further. She can go, we'll do the other side, we'll change that. It can go quite a bit further, yeah. I'm sure the roof would not be touching the top yet, because the chassis would be roughly here, probably go up another foot. Alright, so there's another pulley there. They're not going down. They're not going down. Maybe that's because there's not much weight. There's not enough weight on there, I imagine, to push all that oil back. It took a fair bit of pressure to push it up. So I'm going to have to climb on and stand on top of the thing. My weight will push it down, I'm sure. Anyway, these are in good nick. I don't see any oil running down them, or no real obvious sign of leakage from the rams. There is bits of oil there, but I have a feeling that's from the hose fitting. But it's pretty old and dry, so we will see. We will see. What is that? It's a washer. Interesting. Whew. I'm getting my medicine change in my pump. Next month. Yeah. End of next month. I'm on morphine, hydromorphine at the moment. Morphone. But I think it worked much better than morphine sulfate, as was in my first pump. And I had a good run. Now I'm struggling, so I think you can only try, just swap over medicine. Hopefully it'll reduce my sweating constantly, even in bed. It's disgusting. Like I said, I have to work out these cables. One loops, I guess. The other one doesn't. And they'll be a bit too long. So I'm going to have to splice them across the top. Like one on that side, probably that side, so the splice can travel across. You'd probably know what I mean if you're a little bit cluey. They're just to keep the arms at the same height, I believe. I don't know how it does that with cables. but it must work. Trying to picture it in my head. One cable's attached to there, goes across, down around that pulley, I imagine, and screws to the bottom of that somewhere. The other one screws into there, goes across the top around the pulley into the bottom of that one. Miserable weather. Anyway, that's what I think. I'll have to look at the instruction manual. Ooh, must be coffee time. What I'll do is I'll prop up this lever. I don't know why they have it pointing upwards. You'd think they would make this to go downwards for it to go down. But anyway, I'll just get a bit of wood and prop that up. Go and have a coffee and maybe it will go down slowly. Who knows? Anyway, a bit later. Well, I've had my break and this one's come down quite a bit. This one's come down a little bit. So it's just about weight, I think. Yeah. And for those saying the brakes are probably on, I made sure they're not. Alright, so it's not, if that's what you're thinking, that moron probably got the safety latches up. No, I don't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the arms on. That'll give it a bit more weight and we'll make it go down quicker. But I don't see, to this time, I don't see any oil leaks. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Anyway, let's put the arms on. Alright, so they're all exactly the same. They're bloody heavy, so I'm going to use the engine hoist. This thin cable here is for conduit for the electrical. I wish I was more neater, but I ain't. I'll give these a bit of a clean and with lube, and I'll get back to you when they're on. Here we go. Number 2. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Don't forget, I haven't looked at the manual yet. The manual covers a few different, I had a flick actually, and there's so many models covered in this manual on my small phone screen. I haven't printed out because I'm out of ink. So I'm just going by what I can see laying around. I've just assembled all of this just by working it out with my head. Mechanically speaking, I've used no instructions whatsoever, so as I'm going, I'm just guessing how everything fits together. I think I'm doing alright so far. I guess that's been the way I've done things most of my life, is just go with the flow and work it out as you go. A bit more. Can I have some more, please, sir? Roll my pants up. I'm going to show you my plumber's crack. There's a lock here, but I don't seem to be able to pull it up properly. I don't seem to be able to get it out of the way all the way, so I'm just taking the split pins out. As you can see, to pull the brake up a bit higher, because I can't get the pin to line up without doing that. Like I said, I don't know the full instructions of this thing. But in my life I've built much bigger machines than this, so I've got a rough idea what these things are all about. See that lock in the back of the lock. Let's see. It's in the way. It's pretty close, I think. Maybe a touch too high. Okay. Any of you guys with more experience, please comment. Feels like it's lined up, but I don't know. I'm going to have to call it around. Now the light's showing nice. What I do is just a bit of lube. May just drop it down, I think, majority of the way. And reel it. See? I can do it. I can do it. A blind man would love to see it. And these lock them in place. They've got teeth on them. The split pin's there to stop you pulling it up higher. But if you can't pull it up high enough, you're supposed to unlock it. See it locked. Oh. Yeah. Look, just locked itself. now I'll go and do the other side, but I won't bore you with that. Well, it's going down about, I don't know, 2 millimeters a second. Even with my weight and the weight of the you see arms. So it does go down. I guess it needs the weight of a vehicle. I mean, all that liquid's got to be pushed up through the pump back into the tank. The reason that one is low because the cables aren't hooked up yet to equalise them. But maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow it'll be down again. Then I'll lift them up again. I'll do it a few times and I'll keep bleeding them on the top. If you can see that bolt there, see? I'm surprised how little air come out, so I'm just wondering how much air is still in there, but can't imagine it being too much. I think that one's locked in that position. Yeah, from above. There's a safety clicker. I don't know how to wire that into the I don't know how to wire that into the switch box yet. But basically the car comes up, hits that little lever and bypasses the pump motor, so that there is no more. It stops. It takes away 100 mil of my height. Bloody hell. Still going down, probably even less. But it's all good because my lens must be really dirty. There we go. Oh, there we go. Boom. Yeah, I'm a cunt. I'd like to say that. I don't know. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Because I am. It's about myself, see? So I can't be racist against myself, or not racist. Can't be bullying myself now, can I? Right? I know what I am. I know what I am. I'm allowed to say it. Sweaty. Tell you what, they make a nice old seat. Tell you what, you'd be able to do your motorbike on that pretty good too, I reckon. If you put them right up against each other, put your bike over the top, you could lift your motorbike up too. Or my motorbike, anyway. So, I had filled that up to about here. And then I went down to about there. Now it's slowly going back up again as these are going down. But there is, I think, less in there, so we have lost some air. But no major problems as yet. No major things that are broken or busted or yeah, it's not bad so far. Everything seems to be working. Considering I've never ever put one of these up before, and I just unloaded it off the trailer and fluked it. Are these supposed to have like little extensions with it? I saw a guy online. These are screwable as well, but this guy also had extensions, so maybe I'm missing those. I doubt I need them too much with the four-wheel drives, but you never know. I'm sure you can still buy them anyway. Otherwise, I can just get someone with a lathe to machine some up for me out of some steel. Like I said, the hose is a snatch long because I dropped it down about 300 or 400 from its natural height. I mean, that's quite, would have been really high, eh? Would have been impressive. Not a foot higher, more than, I think, about, no, not more, 400 higher, I imagine. 300 to 400 millimeters, just over a foot lower than it was. So that's 800 or almost 3 feet extra hose. But that's okay, I can just loop that and cable tie that somewhere. It's not a problem at all. And I'll just, at the top where the cables run, I'll just have to like cut them and overlap them. Either splice them or just use some clamps. So nothing major really. All right, yeah. I don't know if this has been brought up before, but someone commented on my Facebook page, is your concrete thick enough? I forget his name, there's a YouTuber, and he went to put one up, he brought one, and he found that some places his concrete was 2 inches, other places 3 and 4, so a pretty rough pour, and it had no reinforcement in it. Mind you, he wasn't going very high, only a couple of feet, but they ended up ripping that bit out and pouring in 6 inches of concrete. This is 4-inch reinforced concrete, or 100 mil. I'm doubling all the dimensions so I cover everyone on earth. Yeah, so this is 100 mil or 4-inch reinforced concrete, and it also has footings and a special wall at the back because there's septic systems on the back, so it's a substantial floor. And when they poured it, I did say to them that there was possibly a small chance that one day I put up a hoist, and he said, yeah, that's fine for a hoist. So apparently it's not, if you go to, this is 9,000 pound or 4 ton. If you go to the 12, like you need 5, and I think if you go any more than that, you need 6-inch concrete. But the Jeep is 1.6 ton. This can lift 4. I mean, how often in this shed will I lift something that weighs 4 ton? Probably never. Probably never. So, yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions, drop a link down below, or go to Aussie Jeep Muscle on Facebook and ask the question there. And it doesn't have to be about Jeeps. It can be about anything about my life. Maybe you're interested in marrying a Filipina? I'll talk about it, no problem. I love my wife. She's awesome. The biggest thing we come to the fight is like a bit of silence. But not many Filipinos are like that. But yeah. She's awesome. We have a stressful life with our disabled son. And that can make us, especially her, a bit tired. Sometimes he doesn't sleep for 2 or 3 days. So I think no matter whether she's Filipino or Western or anything like that, it'd be the same for everyone. Everyone would get tired doing that. So anyway, like I said, you don't have to, when I'm walking around here doing things and you want to know more things about my life, as long as it's within reason, like you don't need to know how many times a day I masturbate or anything like that. But yeah, any reasonable questions about Jeeps or cars or my life, go ahead and ask me and I'll be happy to answer.